Well, hello again, everybody. It's Tuesday morning today, and I've had notification that our new starter motor should be delivered by DPD between about 12:40 and 1:40. They give me a 1 hour slot, so we're going to have to make sure we're here for that. So that means our activities for today will be a little bit limited, I think. So Nikki's decided she's going to do a little bit of washing. Now, of course, the last thing I want when changing the start motor is for any of those bolts to be seized. So I'm going to keep giving them a good old spray with plus gas as we go through the morning. Now, if you're a regular viewer, you may remember we had the starter motor off a couple of years ago. So I'm hoping this may not be as difficult as it might otherwise be. Well, come the appointed hour, I went to the top of the campsite drive and waited for the delivery driver so I didn't miss him. He still insisted on delivering to the door of the motorhome though and taking a photo for proof of delivery. Before we can fit it though, I want to take a trip out to get a few bits to make the job a little bit easier. Right, did I actually get it started, but only after quite a lot of persuasion. I think it may be the earth connection perhaps, but I've got to take the whole motor off just to get to that to clean it, so no harm in putting a new motor on, I don't think. Yeah, I'd already had several goes at trying to clean the earth up with the motor still on the van, and it hadn't really made too much of a difference. But I remembered from previously removing and replacing the starter motor that a 7mm deep socket made the job an awful lot easier. Also didn't have a full set of ring spanners, I just had a selection of a few chosen sizes. And I wanted to make sure I'd got everything I needed to cope with the job before I got halfway through and didn't have a usable van to go and get anything. So yeah, there was a bit of investment in tools needed to complete this job. And the nearest place I could find where I knew I could reliably get them was Halfords in Ayr. So yeah, there's a little bit of driving involved as well. Well, I think I bought every single tool that Halfords had, but better to be prepared, and I can always keep them in the van, of course, so that's not too bad. Right, let's get back to the campsite. And in case you're wondering, we took no chances while I was in Halfords in Ayr. Nikki stayed in the van with the engine running, so we didn't have to take a chance on the starter to get back to the campsite. Not very environmentally friendly, perhaps. It's one of my little pet peeves, people sitting in cars and vans for long periods with the engine running unnecessarily, but yeah, felt that we had little choice really on this occasion. Well, we're back from Halfords and it's really quite chilly. The weather's turned a bit, but we've got all the stuff, so it's about time we got this starter motor swapped over. So you can see I've turned the van around and faced it towards the air awning and run it up on the levelling ramp. So I've got a little bit more clear space underneath the van to get to that starter motor. Now, it's not a particularly difficult job to change the starter motor. As I often say, we're not in the business of producing how-to and tutorial videos, but there is a video on the channel where I do change the starter motor and show it in some detail. So I'll put a link to that in the description below and maybe a card on the screen, which you might see if you're watching on a mobile perhaps. Well, it probably did make the job easier, the fact that I have had the starter motor off within the last couple of years. So the bolts weren't too seized up, and of course I had given them a good old soaking in the plus gas beforehand. Now the new starter motor was very slightly different to the old one that I took off. The old one had a sort of yoke on the back which had the mounting point for the heat shield. And of course the new motor didn't come with a new heat shield, so I had to take the heat shield off the old one, and then I had to do a little bit of adaptation to get it to fit. And there was also a slight difference in the electrical connections. So coastal motorhomes were definitely a bit of a lifesaver here, and I thoroughly recommend looking them up if you do need any parts for your Talbot Express, Citroen C25, Peugeot J5 or any of the derivatives of this type of van. And definitely very useful to carry a good set of tools with you. As you can see, I did have to go and get a couple of little bits and pieces, but I had most of the stuff I needed with me in that lovely new tool bag that Nikki had bought me. So yeah, it's a very, very good idea in these old vans to have a little bit of capability to fix things on the road if you're on a little bit of a tour, fair distance from home like we were. Now, while I was doing all this, Nikki was inside the van cooking up some nice sweet potato tarts, which we had later on for dinner. And yeah, that's one of the big advantages of a motorhome, is that I could be fixing it on the outside, and Nikki was still able to continue really with cooking and all this sort of thing on the inside, which yeah, is a bit of an advantage when you think about it. And also, she was able to keep me supplied with tea, which was absolutely necessary, of course. Well, eventually I did manage to get the new starter on, all secured and all connected up, and the battery reconnected. And obviously I keyed her up several times, many times in fact, and she started on the button each and every time. So replacing the starter motor did do the trick and cured that issue. Now, what the original fault was, I don't really know. Obviously I've kept the old motor, and at some point we'll probably take that apart and examine it and maybe rebuild it to keep as a spare. Well, that seems to have done the trick. There were a few problems. The new start motor is slightly different. The earth on the old one is like a spade type earth, and on the new one it's a post. So I had to cut the spade terminal off the earth wire, but I haven't got any new ring terminals to put on there, so I just had to wrap the wire around the post and tighten the washer down on it. So hopefully that holds. If we pass somewhere that sells ring terminals, I might grab some and maybe have another little go at it. But at least if it stops working, I think that'll be the problem. So should be able to quickly solve it. Right, let's pack all these tools and stuff away then. So after packing the tools away, it was just a simple matter of turning the van round and reconnecting the drive-away awning. This drive-away awning really is a boon. Yeah, if I'd have had it connected fixed to the van, it would have been a lot more palaver. Well, what a day, but at least we got the new starter motor on and working. And I was going to perhaps go for a little bit of a drive up around the local beauty spots tonight, but we're just a bit too tired really after all that palaver. So we're going to have a quiet evening, and then we'll see you in the next video when we're off to Glen Nevis.